Goodness. Not even a settings menu to screw around with. Redville, 1976. Goodness. No flashy introductions at all. Just a very, very short player character. Mind you, it wouldn't be an indie horror game if the scaling wasn't all out of whack. Right then, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Cleaning Redville. 4 bags left. Did they? Why? Were they not happy with working conditions? One does not know. Drive truck. Well, this seems like an excellent plan, given that I don't have a license for this. Oh, no, I can't smash into this. Do I need to move this stuff out of the way before I'm able to drive my truck down the road? Because I doubt I'm meant to turn it round. Can I move this out of the way? Pick these items up. No? Alright then. Do I need to clean up the town? Okay, so you want me to dispose of all of the garbage. How does one do this? Can I open the back of this device? Here we go. You think I'd do this in the daytime rather than in the middle of the night? Oh, what does this say? 3 bags at a time. Alright. Yes, don't carry too much with you, or you might hurt yourself. Can I move this? Move this thing here. Pick up entire bin. Yes, I might wheel the thing, but what do I know? Before I do that though, I reckon that's probably got 3 in it. Can I mulch these ones first? Or this one, rather. And then put this whole bin in there as well. So that I don't do too many at once. There we go. Otherwise I'd put 4 in and I might break my truck and then I get into a bit of a fracas with the local constabulary for destroying their stuff. Alright then. Let us squash these bags of whatever they are. Goodness, this is a very efficient system. These signs that write themselves depending on what sort of information you need, and then get themselves out of the way when they're a pain in the neck. That's nice. Oh, this is nice. I like this. This is adorable. I should probably be watching the road for the inevitable jump scare that will happen when I have to run somebody down by accident. What's this? I spy a sign. Slow down, there's a left turn. Alright then. Let me speed up to the maximum degree and power slide my way around. Ow, a tree. You can see why I don't have a license for one of these things, can't you, kids? Yeah, I seem to be slightly stuck on something. Let me just get my rear end back onto the road and we'll have another try at this. That's better. Why did the music die? I was enjoying that. And it's Redville. Please drive carefully. So I'm not going. I'm going to careen down the very centre of the road and probably crash into a bunch of stuff. Alright, I assume I'm not going that way because there was no little sign that said, yes sir, 3 bags full. So, presumably, I need to, do some work here. Right then, excellent place to leave my truck. I'm sure I won't get in any trouble at all. Excuse me, why have you not put the bins out? 'Tis bin day. Why, okay, I'm actually genuinely surprised that there's no rubbish here. Presumably this is the tidy part of town, where, people are very environmentally conscious and reuse everything, and they don't throw anything away. Oh, finally, some bins. Right then. 6 bags left. Goodness. There we are. Just wanted to let the truck gently kiss its favourite sign in the world. Alright then. Let us collect some very wobbly rubbish. That has very interesting sorts of jiggle physics on it. Oh dear. I was I'll tell you a little story actually, just randomly about jiggle physics. I was playing a game the other day. I'll get to that note in a minute when I find some more rubbish. I was playing a game the other day and it was on Steam and I was reading some of the Steam reviews, and one of the Steam reviews said, pick the female character, start the game, look down, you're welcome. And let's just say, the game was good, right? The game was... Oh, hang on, I need to cross that stuff, don't I? The game was good and all, but the amount of effort that they'd put into those physics was unreasonable. Unreasonable. But anyway, that is totally beside the point and utterly irrelevant. What matters is that we have much rubbish to dispose of. I do find it a bit weird that I'm doing this in the middle of the night, however. The people that do it around here do it, like, early afternoon. So it's a bit weird that I'm doing this in the night. I mean, I appreciate that means it's nice and quiet. And it's probably a bit cooler. So it's not like, as in, you know, it's like less temperate, not as in it's more fashionable and more hip with the proverbial kids. Anything I can read in here? Ignore the awful smell. I hadn't noticed it. I feel like people with no sense of smell really excel at this job. Right then, let us continue on our little journey and find some more trash. I'll tell you what's trash, my ability to drive this frickin' automobile. That, my friend, is what is trash around here. Get your bum moving. What's that? Is that a bag of rubbish? I reckon so. Underneath this very attention-seeking light. Shame I'm a bin man and not an electrician. Something a bit freaky happens with that. Alright. No others around here? I don't reckon so, no. Let's get giddy on. I keep forgetting the rest of the world drives on the wrong side. Let's go back in and carry on looking. Some more here. Plenty here, actually. 9 bags! Giddy on. Looks like we have like an extra crush's worth every single time. Right, chuck that in there. I do believe this is a horror game, and the only thing that's horrific about it right now is my ability to remember that I need to pull that switch occasionally. Yeah, I do believe this is a horror game. So, hang on a minute. Oh, it's fine. It's ketchup. It's just ketchup. It's fine. It's like a cheap teenage horror movie. It's fine. It's not blood. Somebody just spilled their ketchup on the floor. Okie dokie, not quite sure why someone had a full bottle of ketchup out here by the bins, but never mind. Maybe it was a fox or a rat or some other such mischievous creature of the town. Either that or just a drunken twit. One will never know. Speaking of drunken twits. Right, would you press the button? Thank you. Yeah, I do believe this is a horror game, so I imagine something spookylicious will happen eventually, one hopes. Something more than a little bit of ketchup. But I shall thank you. I can never quite remember which button it is you need to press in order to do that, but never mind. Goodness, my truck must nearly be full by now. Alright. This does seem like a nice little town. No potholes in the road, all the street lights work. Can't immediately see any criminals about, so it seems like a nice little neighbourhood. Especially when you've got diligent folks such as me, myself and I at work, making sure that the place is all nice and tidy. How many have we got here? We have 5, which implies there's 3 in there, and then there's another bag somewhere. Where is this additional bag? One does not know. One cannot find it or see it. Alright then. What does this say? These signs were not always here. What do you mean, these ones? No, I imagine not. They're quite advanced technology, given that they seem to have sensors inside every bag of rubbish in the town, and presumably measure when that sensor gets destroyed by the crushing machine in order to figure out how many bags of rubbish there are left to be collected. So I imagine they weren't here about, I don't know, any time before now, because that seems quite advanced technology. Alright then, so, oh, there it is. It was hiding in the dark, spooky alleyway. Goodness, I said this was a nice town, but dark, spooky alleyways are still dark and spooky, even if they're completely empty. Let's get back in my truck. I feel safe in here. With my little, whatever this is. I don't know, but it seems to be leaving. It seems to be leaving quite quickly. Oh, giddy on. I've bashed into something again. Never mind the cost of buying and maintaining this truck and training me to drive it. Never mind any of that. The real cost of this little public service is going to be repairing all of the damage, me smashing into stuff. But never mind. Alright, we have another bin here. Let's get this one sorted out. Maybe the reason they want me to do this at night is because it would be far too dangerous to have me do it during the day, because I'd run people down and murder them. You know, smash into the school bus and mow down the grannies as they go to Boots for their prescription. That seems quite a likely situation. But then again, this town must be basically deserted if I'm the only person they can find to do this job. Alrighty then, how many more do we need to get? Just 3, so just that one there. Okie dokie. I spy another note, another interesting yellow envelope. Were they hiding from something? Who? Was who hiding from something? Hiding from the responsibility of firing me? Because I'm clearly a cretin? I do not know. But I hope that we shall find out. Can I... No, I can't even go along further myself, so that's good. As much as I'm usually not a massive fan of an invisible barrier, I do appreciate it when it stops me from being a total dingbat. So I do find myself questioning why this truck has no wing mirrors, but never mind. Oh dear. I think we're getting into the slightly more run-down bit of town. There might be quite a lot more trash for me to remove as we get further down this old street. But at least this truck is nice and quiet. Much quieter than the ones we have around here. Right then, let's leave that there. Yeah, on top of the manhole cover, so it's difficult for the sewer workers to get out. Brilliant plan. Were they hiding from you? But I'm not scary. I'm just a friendly local bin man. Just doing my bit to keep the world clean. And mowing people down regularly as we go. I spy a bit of rubbish. No rubbish can escape me and my hawk eye. All the rubbish shall be collected and destroyed. Well, probably. I don't know. What actually happens to rubbish when it gets taken away? It seems to vary all over the place. Some places burn it. I like the sound of that, what I think was a cat, judging by the height of the jumping out of a fence. The sound of it that accompanied it sounded like a cat running across a keyboard, so I feel like that's quite fitting. I really should have put my truck a bit further up. Right, let's chuck that one in there, and just get back in and push this a bit further forward. Good thing I didn't run the little pet down. That would have been awful. Alright, I mean, yeah, I know, I was just talking about murdering, you know, mowing down children and grandmothers, and store clerk assistants, and all the rest of it, but, you know, they really pale in comparison to a little pusscat, so you'll have to forgive me. Alright then. Oh, goodness, this building on the left looks big and important. Some sort of town hall, perhaps. What have we here? You are good at this. Thank you. Little bit of praise, cheers me up. Needed that little boost in life. Right then, there's another bag here. And it looks like that's about it. Sorry, I thought I could hear a banging noise. As if there was someone on the far side of a door trying to get out. Most mysterious, but probably just my imagination. When you work alone in the middle of the night with nothing to keep you company but the occasional stray cat, you tend to go a little bit bonkers. Right then. Let's deal with this bin first, for this bin is tidy and properly maintained. That bin, however, is none of those things. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that it was blown over by the wind. That is an interesting casualty of a of sort of storms and things. It's always interesting when there's like lots of there's like lots of wind forecast, and like, you know, there's all the various like advice from like the news companies, and they say things like bring your bins inside. Hi friend. It's like, yeah, put your bins in the garden shed, otherwise can I stand this up? No. Can I put the knife away? No. Okay, fair enough. It's like, yeah, put your bins in the garden shed, otherwise they'll get blown away. So it's It's interesting. Maybe it was just the parking meter. Yes, it was just a parking meter. Perhaps I'm going crazy. Right then, never mind. Ignore my complete hallucinations. I'm sure they won't impede with the job at all. Let's just hope I don't hallucinate somebody's aunt for a bag of trash and chuck it in the back to be compressed with all the rest of it. Or possibly burned, or squelched into another dimension, or whatever happens to this stuff. One doesn't know. Right, let's compress that. And have a little read of this. You are good at keeping a secret. I am, yes. All of the local birthday parties remain wonderfully unexpected, thanks to me, myself, and my sewn-together mouth. I just assume the character's mouth has been sewn together. He hasn't said a word thus far, so I'm sure that's the rational explanation for why he's being a little quiet. Either that, or I'm just not letting him get a word in edgewise, which is equally possible. Oh no. So there has been a power cut in the local area. Speaking of power cuts, I bet the battery on my car is doing great from all the stopping and starting I'm doing. You'd really think I'd leave the engine idle, but what do I know? Don't know nothing. I thought I saw some movement there just off to the left. But no, I think I was imagining it. Giddy on. Wish I could imagine myself as a better driver, but sadly I can't. Alright, well at least not the entire town's power has been cut. Lying to your friends and family about being a success. What the hell was that? You saw that, right? Just like off to the left of this corner of the bin lorry. I definitely saw something black moving. Yes. Anyway, I've been lying to my friends and family about being a successful bin man, when really I am an absolute failure of one because I keep smashing into things. Giddy, I can't even keep my truck clean. Right then. Never mind any of that. Let's just continue on. Giddy, when you pick up speed, the turning circle on this thing flies through the roof. It's crazy. Alright then. Well, this is a different part of town. Everyone's got a veranda. But nowhere is free from the plague of trash. There are no others around here, were there? There's one over there. Stupid thing, honestly. Making me look stupid. I'm supposed to be good at horror games. I'm supposed to be good at not getting spooked. What the hell was that? I don't know, but that shadow was not a, It wasn't a ghost. You'd really think I'd tell somebody about this. I feel like this is kind of an important thing that needs to be dealt with pronto. But never mind. What do I know? When's the next inevitable spook coming on? Most of the spooks seem to happen when I'm out of the truck rather than when I'm in it. So I might be a little safer while I'm inside. But I don't know. Alright, let's chuck this bag in as well. What was that? Oh. I was going to say, was it one of my lights? No, it wasn't. It was some local ragamuffin who threw a stone at my van. Goodness, I shall have to sue. Sue for damages. Bin man who doesn't have driving license versus local scallywag. I'm sure it will go down in case law history. We know all your secret. Indeed, you know about the fact that I actually didn't do the dishes, which I told my wife that I did. Really, I just threw them all in the bin and then went out and bought a whole new set of identical dishes. Haha, I have been most sneaky. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my eyes open for extra bits of rubbish, but I feel like that's going to lead to me missing some spooks. What does that say? I think that's another slow down sign. Yeah, I'm convinced it is. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hopefully my shift's going to come to the end relatively soon. You'd imagine we've driven halfway to Scotland by now, so we must be relatively near the end. I do, however, like that this town is comprised entirely of just one road. I think that's a very efficient design. You are living a lie. I didn't realise this was going to turn into some kind of therapy intervention session. Oh no, I missed one. Oh no, I've missed a bag somewhere and I've got to walk back and find the accursed thing. Oh gosh. Hello, pussycat. Hey, pussycat. Oh, you're adorable. Oh, it's alright, so that's good. I was afraid we were going to have to walk halfway back down the entire street, which is going to take innumerable minutes and to be very unpleasant. But never mind. There's loads of bins here. I don't want to have to get out and do all these bins. Getting a bit sick of this job. I feel like the actual binmen have a much better system where they just have one man driving it and then they have a couple of other men that sort of run behind it and chuck it in as they go. I feel like that is a much more efficient system. Not to mention they take multiple bins at once. It must be much bigger and stronger than this. Oh yeah, I can't do that until I've emptied this thing, can I? Than this protagonist person here. But never mind. He seems to have a fancy pair of shoes on, which is at least something in their favour. Right, let's put that down, throw that across. Oh, a little mouse. Little mouse friend for our little cat friend. You better hurry. It's getting red. Here. What are you on about? What's getting red? You talk, have they spilt more, oh, they have spilt more ketchup. They have spilled more ketchup all over the place. That's less than optimal. Let me just cut this corner, literally. And then, Gideon, that was a mistake. Ow, that was a double mistake. Oh, Gideon. I feel like there's quite a lot of... spooks going on at the moment, which I can't see. Alright, I'm in a real pickle, because my van has gotten really rather stuck. So, there must be a way out of this. There we go. That's better. Somehow it seemed to get jammed on the front right wheel. But don't you worry about that. Everything's going to be fine now. Man, I really must petition somebody to make a wider windscreen for this thing so that we can actually see out better. But knowing local councils as I do, I doubt that will happen. What on earth was that? Was that a scream? It sounded more like a squeal of an animal in pain, rather than anything else. Oh no, it's alright, I think that's just a tree. I don't think that's anything which needs to be chucked in the bin. I hear the trees are slightly more popular and have a few more friends than things which normally get chucked in the bins. What does this say? We won't hurt you. We need you. Yes, because you're all too lazy to get rid of your rubbish yourselves. You hired me to do it for you. That much I've noticed. Oh dear. It's weird. It's like I'm wandering through this town and there's just sort of murder going on. Sort of just regularly. Just as like a normal part of the daily existence of these folks. There's just murder going on. And they're just putting... Oh, Gideon. They're just putting all of the bits and bobs into the bags. And I've been hired to dispose of it all. Dear on earth is that? Oh, it's nothing. It's just the gap between the, It's just the gap between the cones. Excuse me? exactly what's going on. You're trying to pull spooky noises without actually doing anything spooky. You're going to have to work a little bit harder than that to catch me off guard. Says the man who jumped out of his skin because a cat moved. Never mind that. Right. Let's chuck this in there as well. What's that? Oh, it's alright. It's just part of the it's just part of the base of the lamppost that's getting a little screwy. That's alright. I can forgive a screwy lamppost. There's another note over there. What fascinating information can we learn? But there were no rumours. We murdered many people. I feel like I've missed a note somewhere. Did I miss one somewhere? I feel like I might have missed a note. We seem to have taken a little bit of a turn in the old narrative. Alright. Let's continue on our little journey. Eventually I'll get round one of these corners without having a horrific accident. Not tonight, but maybe a different night. Dear, I've got a headache at the moment. Really giddy. I wish these signs would make up their mind which way we're going. I'm getting a bit confused. Some more cones over there. Oh, I see, that's because we're joining another road. Alright then, fair enough. Presumably I need to go this way, given that there's no sign about bags on that little line of cones. Goodbye, Redville. It was nice knowing you. Why do I get the distinct impression I'm about to have a horrific road traffic accident? I'm giddy on. I'm so giddy on. I love that it wasn't a sudden bend that actually caused the accident. It was just me overcompensating for the turn. What do those say? Oh, so you want people going into the town, but not people coming out of the town. I see. Once you've got the tourists' money and their consumer demands, you don't care about them anymore, and you hope that they die on the way out. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. But it's time to face your real job. Oh gosh. So I was right. I was right. Every bag was full of bodies. Oh good. Oh good. It's nice to know I was right. You think I'd mop up the stain. But never mind. Am I gonna run someone else down, or are we gonna crash into another bend that I've been warned about? The van really does swerve all over the place, doesn't it? Well, that's a good night's work, I reckon. Let's go and get all of these body bits burned to crisps. That's an interesting turning circle. Wish I'd had access to that turning circle. Oh gosh. Crematorium. Oh wow, this music seems far too cheerful for the subject matter that we've just spent the last half an hour of our life dealing with. But wow. That is genuinely really good. I like that. That was very sort of subtle and with a nice slow burn, with a sort of an interesting little I suppose it can't really be called a game mechanic, is it? You're really just picking up bags and chucking them in the back and then throwing them away. But yeah, I like that. That was really sort of slow and gentle, but weird at the end. But not like aggressively weird. Not like you know, cheap jump scares and stuff like that. But just trying to make you do something which seems like an innocent and normal thing that you're supposed to be doing, and then at the end making you realise that actually you've been a horrific monster and you've been committing horrible, horrible crimes this entire time. Which is a bit weird. The one point I am confused about though is why it was talking about a secret. Because if it's a secret that all the bin bags are full of bodies, then why would there be bin lorries outside of a crematorium? Because initially I thought I was just picking up a dead body of somebody that I'd accidentally killed, and I was just disposing of their body so they didn't get arrested for murder. But if this is a an actual crematorium with a whopping great sign in front of it, then it must be a little bit more public knowledge than I realised, which is good. I'm not just a murderous psychopath living in a lovely little town, I'm a murderous psychopath living in a lovely little town full of other murderous psychopaths, so isn't that lovely? Right. I apologise if I missed any of the yellow notes. I did look nice and carefully to see that I could find them. But at least there was a nice happy pussycat. So that's nice. Always a good day when we've got a nice happy pussycat again. So, thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm off to be suspicious of my own bin men now, in case they're actually body disposal experts. But thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.